Next Monday, the new host of Greater Boston will officially step in. But before he does tonight, we have one chance to put him on the hot seat. Jim Braude, welcome.
How are you?
You
said
ready?
new host. I got all excited. I forgot it was me for a second. And all of a sudden, I really got excited.
So you ready for the big relaunch?
I'll be ready on Monday, I think.
All right.
A little nervous, I must say.
Are
Weren't
you?
you nervous when you took over for Emily?
I was going to use a phrase I can't use on air. I was very, very nervous.
So am I, to be perfectly candid. I am.
So what is going to be different and what's going to stay the same?
You mean from what you
sort
guys...
of show us what we've been doing here these past few years.
I love Emily, by the way. I'm pretty fond of you, too.
Thank you very much.
She did. I love the show you did. But I'm a totally different person. So by definition, it's going to be a different kind of show because I do things differently. I mean, there'll be some familiar faces. You're going to be our lead terrific reporter.
Thank you very much.
Emily's going to be there from time to time. Jared's going to be part of the cast. But there are going to be a ton of new voices and new faces, new format. I don't know if I'm supposed to say new set. Am I don't think I'm supposed to say that.
I was hoping you would say new set, but
new set, and it is spectacular, I should say.
I've seen it, and it looks really, really
good. The core mission, which is what you do, what Emily did, conversations about things that matter a lot to people who live and work in and around Greater Boston is what I'm going to do, just maybe get there a little bit differently.
All right, so everyone knows that you've been doing Boston Public Radio for WGBH Radio for a few years now, but you actually have a long and rich history with WGBH, and I believe we have some footage here of a story that you appeared in on WGBH back in the, I think, 1980s. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Jim Braude and Barbara Anderson are rivals. Each one leads a different grassroots tax revolt group.
Process, but my assumption is, from what I've read in the paper and heard, that there's pretty broad support for it. Where are you going to be on that bill?
Did you know when I introed that we were going to roll to that footage?
No, but did you know that was a wig? No, I remember that well. Those were great days. That was long before I was on the other side of the mic in those days, which I like to think, by the way, is one of the reasons why I'm relatively good at this, is because I've been answering questions for years, and now I get to ask them.
Along those lines, I actually want to give you a quick quiz here. Yeah. I want to see if you can identify the individual who said this about your show at New England Cable News a few years back. Let's see the quote. I'll read it for you. What they're saying about Jim Braude: he's witty, lightning quick, and an equal opportunity critic. Braude's program is the most entertaining and informative talk show in Boston, whatever the medium. You know who said that?
Of course I do. I did. No, I have absolutely no recollection.
You have no idea?
No, who is it?
You know, it's credited to the Boston Phoenix on your personal website that I was checking out. It was actually me.
Is that really true?
It was actually me, and if you could put a credit up there.
That's actually pretty great. I did not recall. That's great. Thank you for that. I hope you say the same thing in a couple of weeks.
All right. Your NECN show was a pretty good perch, and a lot of us really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to make this move?
First of all, I've loved GBH since the day I moved to Boston 30 years ago.
From Philadelphia, right?
From Philadelphia through New York for 15 years, and then here. I love GBH. I've been a huge fan. I've been a member for a long time. And the opportunity to be here and to be able to pull from this building, you know this, I'm not sure people know at home, Frontline in one direction, Nova in another, this old house, the world, our
Ground Truth
international
Project.
Newsroom. Every direction you turn, there are resources and brains and creativity. I honestly think unlike any other building in the United States of America, so to be able to be here, do radio, and then do TV, it's a couple of dreams come true.
What is the relationship going to be between the radio show and the TV show?
I haven't thought much about it, to tell you the truth. My sense is that there'll be some of the things that we feel pretty strong about that we do during the day. We may take a different take on that night, but essentially they're two standalone kinds of things, two different media. We have a lot more time on the radio. I think there'll be more of a sort of a quick and laser-like focus on things right here.
I know that you can't get too much into specifics, but it's a pretty big lineup that you've got coming up on Monday. Can you hint delicately and diplomatically about why people should watch Monday's show, in addition, of course, to your debut as the host?
Hope that's a decent. I hope you'll be watching.
I will, in fact.
And
yes.
you'll be on plenty next week too, and I'm really excited about that. There'll be a pod of people to lead off the show who I don't think have ever appeared on a television screen together. So that's pretty much all I can tell you. They have a decent amount of power, and I think it'll be an interesting coupling.
Just to amplify, it's not an arcane group of people. I mean, these are people that you'll want to hear being interviewed by you.
Some think they're quite arcane. I do not, and you probably do not. There'll be familiar faces, but I'm pretty sure you've never seen them as a group. And by the way, we're going to do a lot of that stuff, a lot of pairing. I believe in ensemble radio and television. The more faces, the more voices you get to hear and see, I think the more powerful the show is.
Well, you like the chemistry, right, that generates?
I do. And there's a lot of energy, and gives energy to me, and I hope it'll give it to the people at home.
All right, Jim Braude,
No,
thanks.
not all right. You have been fabulous. I'm serious. I've watched almost everything. You have been.
It's been a pleasure.
I would
argue
really fun. Too good for me, but you were terrific.
It's been really fun to do. So thanks for saying that, Jim.
And I look forward to working with you in the future.
Excellent. Back at you.